Before we kick off with the second part of this series, let's have a recap of the first part because I'm trying to drive 1,000 kilometres all around Ireland. And somehow I've discovered today that, you know what, I don't really need to make all of my pit stops. I can actually cut it a little bit short and still do 1,000. So you join me in on day 2 where a lot has happened, but not much has happened actually. So I'm on the way to Cork now. I've left Limerick behind. We're back on the motorways again, heading back down towards Cork. And we're still trundling along. Now, I did some maths last night, and I actually don't need to go the entire route that I'd planned out for myself to make the 1,000 kilometres that I decided to start off with. Because I'm actually kind of creeping up towards 600 kilometres now already. So I only need to kind of cover 400 kilometres today. So that's not too bad. We're going to trundle on because I want to do 1,000 kilometres and see how many charges it takes. So far, it's been 2 charges. I fully charged again in Limerick, and I fully charged, not quite fully charged actually, up in Sligo. So that's 2 charges there, and we're going to head on now towards Cork, and then we're going to hang a left and head towards Waterford, Wexford, and then eventually back up towards Dublin and home. 1,000 kilometres, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that was a bit of a morning's drive. I've skipped around Cork and I'm heading basically for Waterford on N24, I think. I don't know where in the hell I am. But yeah, I've set a destination for Waterford. I'm still going. I have 189 kilometres range in the car, so I'm just not going to stop. I'm just going to keep on trucking, coming up to a roundabout here, and I'm going to keep on zooming along until I get lower, and then I'll stop and get another charge. I have to say the car is faultless. It really is. I mean, I can't explain why. It's just so easy to drive. This car, along with so many other electric cars, but this car just gets on with it. Just everything seems to just work. It just happens. I have the active cruise control on. I'm just trundling through the countryside here. Thank God I've gotten off motorways. I was really getting bored. Motorways are super efficient, I get it, but God, they are so boring. Just boring to drive. I had to get a different mic as well, so I had to go and I bought a new DJI mic yesterday. I had no choice. My Rode Wireless Go 2 let me down again. It's so frustrating. The power button, sometimes it won't turn on, sometimes it won't turn off. Oh, it's just so annoying. So I bought the new DJI mic. So hopefully the mic is okay. I do my best to set it up as best I can, but it seems to be running okay, so I'm going to leave it run and record. It's this one sitting on my chest here. It's got a little magnet thing that works on t-shirts and everything. It's very clever. Seems good so far. But so did the Rode Wireless Go 2 seem good so far. Very good little mic, really good audio, but dear God, the frustration of turning it on and off. It's just too much to go. Couldn't go. Anyway, Waterford, I'm on the way. Oh, Clonmel, I am in you. I am passing through you. Like a bad case of diarrhea, passing through you. Anyway, I am passing through Clonmel on my way to Waterford. I don't think I've ever taken this road before. I don't know how I got here. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're still on the road. We've done 721 kilometres now. We've 178 kilometres left in range. I've about 50 kilometres to get to Waterford. So I'm not stopping in Clonmel for a charge. It's going to keep on running here. There is a fast charger in town. Don't know if it's working or not. I can just see it on the map there as I'm going along. Apple Maps and Google Maps and all the mapping systems now have a lot of the charge. I'm not saying every charge, but a lot of them. But I do use an app called PlugShare, which actually is pretty good at finding all of the even more curious charge points that you don't really think about most of the time. the ones like in a dealership that aren't necessarily on the open road. So it's worth checking out a PlugShare. And you can, in PlugShare, you can click on the destination you want to go to, and it opens it in your mapping system. That's how it does. So it's actually pretty cool. Okay, Waterford, I'm nearly in you. Passed through Clonmel there, and small little towns as well. Lovely little area passed through. Love the mountains and stuff on both sides of it as well. Coming out of them and heading down towards Waterford, doing pretty well. 164 kilometres range. I don't even need to stop in Waterford for a charge as far as I can see. I can go on further. But there is one crucial problem here. For whatever reason, charge points seem to become less and less the more kind of bottom east of the country you start to go. So towards Wexford, there's a lot less charge points than there is than where I left, which was Cork. So there is a couple of charge points now. Now I haven't needed them, but I have to decide now whether I'm going to get the charge point running in Waterford, or do I go on up Wexford side and come back in that way. It's a difficult sort of decision. You're always trying to weigh up where to go. And it was a bit of a dual carriageway thing there. Now we've seen Pilltown is to my left, and Limerick is back that way again. Weird. But I'm back on a normal road now, heading towards Waterford. So I should be there in a few minutes, and I might stop over and get a little bite to eat or something there. I'm doing so well that I can skip Waterford. I don't have to stop. I've 150 kilometres range, which isn't quite enough to do 1,000 kilometres, but it's certainly enough that I don't have to charge in Waterford to go on. So I'm going to just keep on going. So I've turned north on are we on the M9? I think we're on the M9 northbound out of Waterford now, heading up towards Kildare, all of that direction. So I think I might end up doing 1,000 kilometres. 767 done, 7, 8, 9, so nearly 900, 40 kilometres off 800 kilometres, sorry, 800, 200 more. So I'm okay, we're doing okay. I'm just going to trundle up this way, and we'll gather together the other 200 kilometres. I'm doing so well that I can skip Waterford. I don't have to stop. I've 150 kilometres range, which isn't quite enough to do 1,000 kilometres, but it's certainly enough that I don't have to charge in Waterford to go on. So I'm going to just keep on going. So I've turned north on are we on the M9? I think we're on the M9 northbound out of Waterford now, heading up towards Kildare, all of that direction. So I think I might end up doing 1,000 kilometres. 767 done, 7, 8, 9, so nearly 900, 40 kilometres off 800 kilometres, sorry, 800, 200 more. So I'm okay, I'm doing okay. I'm just going to trundle up this way, and we'll gather together the other 200 kilometres. Deadly car. I'll need a charge, but deadly car. Eventually, I made it into Kilkenny, where I could get my final charge if all went according to plan. It'd be the last charge that I'd have in the car before making 1,000 kilometre journey. But I thought I'd have a look around the charge point first, because it's in a sort of a strange location. I mean, look, it's just a church. The road is way down there. There's a roundabout over here. And then there's this charge point just in the trees. It's a lovely looking place, but I don't know if I would actually like to be here on my own at night time, like. And the reason I say that is not because you'd be in major danger. This is a very, very safe country. But the problem is, if someone was here actually being aggressive with you or something, and you had to go, you have to leave your car and unplug your thing, and you got to do all that. You got to think about that sort of stuff. It's not just as straightforward as you think it is. It's not just drive off in the safety. Last update, though, this is Kilkenny. I've done just coming up on 800. No, I've done over 800 kilometres now. I need another 100 and something kilometres to complete the journey. So I'm going to give it a charge up here in Kilkenny, and I'm going to start driving then up towards kind of Portlaoise direction, see what happens. And there is the smell of urine here, just saying. So, a bit of an update. 842 kilometres done. I came out of Kilkenny Let's go and head up this way. So what I'm doing is heading over to a Thai and kind of round that way, which will add in the extra. I need 150 kilometers essentially to make 1,000 to prove it can be done. Of course it can be done. I know this sounds like a mad thing to do, this sort of adventure thing that I'm on again. Would I do this again? No, I don't think I would, because I'm just proving a point, and it's a long drive. The first day was a very long way. Like, we went so far the first day. I thought I was going to die. I was so tired. I'm not too bad today. I was filling in the blank now, but it's still a long spin to have in any car, and I think 500 kilometers is a very long way in any vehicle, not just electric cars. We have made a Thai. I'm just passing through. My father used to work in a plant here called Integral, which is gone from here now. I think it's called something else entirely, but it used to be just back there. There's a whole big factory attached to the whole place. My father was a security guard there, a senior security guard. It was a very good job. Don't make any mistake in thinking security guard is kind of a low paid thing. It was a very good job. It had a pension, it had regular hours. It was an excellent job to get. And that was his last job before he died in 1985. But he actually worked back there. Integrity used to go to work with him on a Sunday. Weird that thought to come back to me today, passing through a little town that I very rarely visit. I don't normally come down to a Thai for much. Reminiscing aside, we managed to get back onto the N7. We had to go up towards Dublin and then do a U-turn and come back down towards Portlaoise. But guess what happened when we reached the 3-lane section of the motorway, as it always does in this country. Here I sit on the N7 heading for Dublin, and you can see I have my own lane. I have my own lane. There's no one else. This is hilarious. Man, the driving standards in Ireland is pathetic. It is, though. It is. Like, look at the bloody van driving along in the middle lane with the Yaris in front of that and the Land Cruiser in front of that and so on up along the line. All these guys trundling along in the middle lane, not overtaking anything. The Yaris went, oh no, it's not the Yaris. It was a Hyundai i40, I think, has found out that he's in the wrong lane. He's just changed lane with the door. Look at that Volkswagen Passat gone by there in the middle lane. I essentially have my own lane here. It's crazy, really, but I'm just about to take over 900 kilometers at the wheel of this car. Finally on the home stretch heading towards Portlaoise, but what an adventure it's been over 2 videos. This is scenery from Sligo and Donegal, and I've flown through scenery in Limerick and around the edge of Cork and Waterford and Clonmel and all the towns, even Athy and Kilkenny that I visited, but I have to return to my homeland to tick over the 1,000 kilometres driven. Well, I've done it. 1,000 kilometers on pure battery power all the way there. Actually, it didn't take that long. I thought it might even be longer, but over the 1,000 kilometers, I reckon I added probably 2.5 hours to the journey from charging. So the first charge I had 100%. But from there on out, I just kind of topped it up, Stopped in Sligo, was the first stop, and then, of course, down to Limerick. Forgot to film that. And then today, more recently, down to Kilkenny as well, or up to Kilkenny from down that direction. That was the slowest charger in the whole thing. So we charged, if you include the start, 4 times. If you just think about the fast charges on the street, I charged 3 times to do 1,000 kilometers. And I'm coming home with some as well, so I actually have some fuel left. Like, I'm not empty. Would I do it again? Don't know. I'd like to test the efficiency of something else, but I think I'd do it over 500 kilometers rather than 1,000 kilometers. 1,000 kilometers is a long way, lads. It's a long way. It's a lot more than you think it is. So with the cheers from the GA ground as my background, that's it. 1,000 kilometers achieved on completely battery power. And here's what I learned. We're ready for it. The infrastructure maybe still needs a lot of updating. I don't think a 50 kilowatt charger can be considered a fast charger anymore. I think 100 kilowatts is now fast. I think 50 is average, standard charge. And then anything under that is slow. Somebody scored there. What do we need to do to go forward? We need to make chargers faster. The cars are ready. The car is here. This is one of the best electric cars in the market today. There's so much choice now and offering you can have. This car is just 7-year warranty, 8-year warranty on the battery. It's just ready for you, yeah? So if you're thinking PHEV, maybe have a look at some electric cars. Even the infrastructure didn't actually fail me at all out there. I got a charge. Not always a good charge, but at least I got a charge everywhere I went. This has been an interesting sort of discovery for me. For 1,000 kilometers on your own in a car, you think a lot, you know, you worry and you think about stuff and you think about things that are happening around you and what's going on right now. And right now, I can't see a reason why you would need to buy a diesel or a petrol powered car over one of these, other than the price. Okay. That's it for me. I'm delighted you made it this far into the video. I hope you've hit the subscribe button at some point to this because it's been a long road for me. If you want more of these adventure videos, please leave a message on the bottom there in the comments and let me know that that's what you're looking for. These adventure videos are actually kind of fun to make. Something totally different. And they're really, really good for us as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And until the next time, I'll see you on the far side of 1,000 kilometers. All the cameras out of the car as well.